Hey, now it's The Rob from 106.1 KISS FM here with my tag team partner in podcasting.
It's Eric Cornish with WKDQ. Time for your Thursday edition of the Enhancement Talent. And we've got more SmackDown tickets for you to win coming up at the end of this show. We'll give you a code word. But first, we need to reveal our winner for Enhancement Talent section.
Congratulations to Cassie Stewart.
Yeah, and happy birthday, too. Whatever.
I don't know why. It's a happy day for Cassie. We appreciate you watching. Congratulations. Thank you for entering. And we will see you in the Enhancement Talent section at the Ford Center.
And somebody's getting upgraded to front row, getting to come in, meet and greet with us and some WWE superstars. So we'll tell you all about that here in the next week or so.
We should see if we can get the Ford Center to just call that section, like instead of Section A or whatever, it's called the Enhancement Talent section.
We hope everybody will bring their signs. It says Enhancement Talent.
That would be awesome. We would certainly love to have that presence at SmackDown. There's going to be a big pay-per-view on Sunday, Mr. Cornish.
Absolutely. Talking about Extreme Rules, which, it is a big pay-per-view, but it's one of those that gets overlooked. You know, you're coming off the big high off of WrestleMania. You're trying to get new feuds started or trying to finish off the ones that didn't get solid at WrestleMania. But to me, this looks like a solid card.
Last year's Extreme Rules I thought was fantastic. One of the best pay-per-views I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, it was really good.
This year's, I think, looks very good as well. A lot of fun stipulation matches, too, which can keep the crowd, from getting tired of this one, I think.
It is interesting in a PG world to do something called Extreme Rules. When you have tables, ladders, and chairs down the road, that's kind of where they use all this stuff, but then you have one that's called Extreme, and you don't really use any of that.
Right.
You gotta become a little creative with things. But the way that they've got it mapped out doesn't look too bad. So let's start at the bottom here. The pre-show. The tag team scene looking a lot different than it has recently with the injury of Jey Uso and some of the other stuff going on. So
plus the huge success of the Lucha Dragons since WrestleMania.
Absolutely.
They've really become a team. I'm kind of surprised they didn't get the tag title shot at the pay-per-view on Sunday, but New Day picked it up.
Yeah, we've got New Day. I guess it looks like it's going to be Kofi and Big E taking on Tyson Kidd and Cesaro. I like this matchup, to be honest with you, especially with New Day kind of with their new heel edge here. And I don't know what that means for Kidd and Cesaro. I hope it means a babyface run, which I said that they would have before this year's up. I didn't think it would be this soon, but we'll see how that ends up going. But I'm going to stick with Kidd and Cesaro on this one.
Yeah, I think a retention on the pre-show. I think that one's sad that it is being moved to the pre-show, because that should likely be a good match, I think.
Yeah, and they may keep them both heels because I do think the Lucha Dragons do have a shot, at least a run at going after the title, whether they win it or not. I think that'll be a good series of matches, especially with the skill of these two teams. I feel
like with the month that they've had, it should have been the Lucha Dragons this time, personally.
Sure.
But whatever, there we are. After that, we're looking at Dean Ambrose versus Luke Harper.
Chicago Street Fight. That should be good, and I think the Chicago crowd will eat this up, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Ambrose on this, but I'm not confident.
I agree. This is one of the harder ones to call. Ambrose is the guy I have underlined here because that's the one I think he's going to win. I feel like they have more stock in him right now, personally. I don't think either one of them are going anywhere anytime soon as far as getting released or anything. That they're both doing what they're supposed to do. Mm-hmm. But Ambrose is a bit more visible. Ambrose is a bit more over, and I think that he's going to win that match.
I think Ambrose has so much potential, and again, it kind of stalled it last year when he was in some main events and things like that. But I still think he has a big future, and really, to be honest with you, I think Harper could have a big future too. They just got to get him in the right direction. I like that they gave him the mic a little bit Monday night. We'll see. But I think Ambrose is a solid.
Yeah. By the way, now that you mention it, I do want to mention I've enjoyed that every Raw since WrestleMania has been a good show, in my opinion.
I agree.
Every Raw has been good since Mania.
Yeah, you're right.
All right. After that, we're looking at Big Show and Roman Reigns.
This would seem obvious for most folks, but for some reason, my head keeps telling me Big Show on this one, and I don't know why.
Boy, do I hope you're right.
I'm thinking Big Show, and the only reason I say that is because what a story would it be for Reigns, and I do mean this, like a storyline for Reigns to be that guy that had the rocket ship on his back and just keeps getting screwed over and just dropping down. That may give him more sympathy going into the future, maybe the crowd will get behind it.
Look, if Big Show beats Roman Reigns on Sunday, we need to make sure the SWAT team is called to Alpha and Sika's house, because this will not be good. Am I wrong? I have Roman Reigns going over on this one.
Okay, I think that's more likely, but for some reason, I don't know why, I just keep hearing in my head, it just says, yeah, Big Show might win this.
I really hope that you're right.
So we'll see.
Want to talk about the women's title?
Yeah, let's do that. This interesting turn of events here too, because storyline-wise, Paige is hurt. I don't think she's really hurt.
I don't know either.
But I do like the turn from Naomi. I think that's good. I can't figure out if the Bellas, like Monday night, it almost looked like they just came out and all of a sudden it's like, hey, we're kind of faces, but I don't know. I don't know where that would come from. I like them better as faces. I wish they would be that. But there's been no reason for them to be that. So, I
think Nikki's a great heel, personally.
She is a great heel. She's a natural heel, especially if you watch Total Divas. I mean,
she's a
she
heel
comes
in real
off as
life.
a heel, and Brie kind of comes off as babyface.
Agreed.
That's why I wish they would have kept that storyline going instead of turning Brie. But yeah, you're right.
Remember when they had Springer involved, and there was like
Sure.
they were doing the camp, what are they called, the confessionals, like
Right.
with Nikki talking about how mean Brie was.
Yeah.
That never culminated to what it should have.
No, I agree. It just kind of like it came out of nowhere, and then Brie turned, in that match with AJ. But at least we're caring about it.
That's true. That's true.
But you know what? I think I'm going to go with Naomi on this one.
I think Naomi has a great chance, but I'm sticking with Nikki. So we disagreed on the last two here. Like I said, I like better than we disagree personally. I think that Nikki's going to retain. I like how they've given Naomi sort of a character, how she has a reason for being upset. She feels like she's been undermined. I've beaten them how many times now? I've still got a title shot.
And it gives her the perfect chance with Total Divas being in hiatus and the Usos being off TV right now to kind of break away and be her own thing instead of just being associated with them so closely. So, I like Naomi as a heel. I see her winning.
I don't feel super confident, but I'm going to stick with the champ, Nikki.
Okay.
What about the Kiss Me Arse match?
It's very hard to say.
If I'm not Byron Saxton saying this.
Kiss me arse.
I've got thoughts on this.
Yeah. I'm gonna pick Sheamus. Just the arse kissing. I don't really see either way, but it's I mean, it's a stipulation. It has to happen, right?
You're exactly right. I agree with you completely. I see Sheamus winning, but I don't see any arse kissing. And I'll explain why.
Okay.
Like, remember 1995 when there was a Kiss My Foot match between Bret Hart and Jerry Lawler at King of the Ring? Remember how big of a deal that was?
Yeah.
How it was always in your face that someone's going to kiss the other person's foot?
Yeah.
I feel like this is an afterthought. And if someone was really going to be kissing arse on this show, I feel like it would be a bit more noticeable.
Sure.
So I don't see anyone getting their arse kissed, but I see Sheamus going over. And I also want to mention... I am a big fan of this new Sheamus. The heel Sheamus.
Whoa!
I know.
I never
I'm just
thought
being
I would
honest.
hear you say that.
I like the look. I like the mohawk. I like the braided beard, and I like the heel character. I think he's such a lame babyface. This is working for me. He's not like one of my favorites, but he has been doing a great job since he's returned.
Next thing you know, I'm going to be saying that I really like Rusev. So coming up next, Cena and Rusev, and I really like Rusev. Okay, I do. Rusev is doing the right things now. And, I like the Russian chain match. It's old school, yet it feels new. Because you haven't really seen it on the WWE programming.
His streak, so to speak, is over. So you don't know what's going to happen.
I love Cena's challenge that he's putting out every week. It's something fresh because it puts Cena on TV and not in a main event role. You never know who's going to come out. You got a title match. You got a U.S. title that means something.
Yes,
I absolutely love it. All that being said, I can see Rusev winning this match.
All right, because that means another one that we are disagreeing on. I think Cena's going to retain, but man, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know why I feel that way. I just feel like it's too soon for him to lose.
Well, and you've got the weird stipulation with the Russian chain match, which I don't remember any other Russian chain matches being this way. Like the strap matches, yes, but Russian chain matches, the touching the four corners, I don't remember.
Well,
maybe there were. Maybe the Koloffs and...
Or something, like a Starcade maybe?
You might be right. I think you are right. Ivan Koloff and Ricky Morton, I do believe, was 4 corners. But I don't like that. I don't like the touch of the 4 corners. It doesn't leave enough
Something
suspense.
about it is really weird.
Yeah, and I mean, there's not enough suspense to it. But with that type of, I don't know, with that type of stipulation, it always makes me think the heel has the advantage. Why, I don't know. But I'm picking Rusev.
Do you think this will be more exciting than a Caribbean strap match?
Possibly.
Essentially the same thing.
Possibly.
Now, they're going to be at the Rich together, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Do we...
And, you know, it's a tough thing. Again, no blood, at least, you know. That's the rule. So with the big chain, it kind of takes away some of the fun.
How do you want to talk about Bad News Barrett and Daniel Bryan?
Apparently, and this
we're in a weird time. We're recording this on Thursday morning,
Yeah.
and it looks like Daniel Bryan's out for 5 weeks, but WWE's made no comment about this yet.
Exactly. I would like to just say that, you know, Barrett's probably going to come out and give the bad news that Daniel Bryan's hurt. He's going to retain. We've got enough matches to kind of carry the card. I don't see anybody else coming out, but there could be. You might see. Actually, you know what would make a big splash here is you know, Barrett. Well, Bryan's a champion.
Yeah, I was just saying.
Yeah.
Well,
Bryan's a champion, so maybe. I mean, I don't see him forfeiting the title, but maybe Barrett gets challenged by, say, a Neville. You know,
see, I see.
Or Ryback.
I see a match taking place, not between Bryan and Bad News Barrett. I think you're right with the start. Bad News is going to have bad news for all the Bryan fans, and I think he might win the title by forfeit or something like that, but then will defend it. I don't know if Bryan will lose his smile, if he will bring the title out himself, but I think that there will be a title match, and I think that probably... I just think there will be a match. Bad News Barrett may retain, or maybe whoever he faces will be, you know, a babyface champ. But I'm going to stick with Bad News Barrett for the predictions.
And you think there will be a title switch? You think they'll take it off Bryan?
I don't think Bryan will be the champion come Monday.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. If that's the case, if that does happen, I will put my money strong on Neville.
Neville, really?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Okay. I don't think it's going to be Neville personally, but I'm with you. And then the main event.
Main event, we've got...
Which I'm psyched for.
Yeah, this will be cool. Randy Orton and Seth Rollins. Man, is Seth Rollins gold or what? And
not only that, like, it has lived up to the hype.
I said that before WrestleMania. I said it after WrestleMania. He will be. He's a star.
He really is, and he's gonna win on Sunday.
I agree. I think he's gonna win. It'll be interesting to see how Kane plays into all this. I kind of like, you know, this is something that I went back. You know, they've got the WWE Raw Attitude Era now, like all of the Attitude Era Raws.
I saw. I haven't skimmed through it yet.
I started to watch some of those, and here's where this kind of ties in. The Raw that I watched it was like December of '97. You had Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker were in this feud headed into into the Royal Rumble,
right,
for the title. But you had all these other branching storylines. You had Owen Hart, who was coming back as the Black Heart, who was attacking Shawn Michaels. You had Kane, who was in it with The Undertaker, and Undertaker didn't want to fight him because he was his brother. You had all these other intertwining storylines. And I realized you don't have much of that anymore, and now you kind of do, like with Kane. Kane's involved.
Right. Who is Rollins really feuding?
You got Kane and Rollins. You've got, you know, the Big Show is kind of tied in there from time to time, and Reigns is tied in there.
Triple H.
Triple H. So I kind of like where they're going here, and this really reminds me, you kind of getting the Attitude Era feel into it.
Don't forget, Lesnar has a bone to pick with him too.
That's absolutely
true. As
true.
does Jon Stewart.
Yeah, that's true. So the way things are going, I really like, and I think this is why I like it. Just after watching that old Raw, it's like, yes, this is where they've been, you know, just lacking for the longest time. So yes, I do think Rollins wins. I think he wins after Orton uses the RKO.
I agree. That will be the decision in this match, personally, because the RKO being banned, and that's what everybody wants to see right now.
Yeah.
Because after that RKO in the cage last week, ooh man, that was awesome. That was just awesome. I love when the main event is the match I'm most excited for. So I'm excited to see what they do on Sunday.
Yeah, so there you go. There's our predictions. See if you agree, disagree with what we said, and we would love to hear your opinion. And we would love to give you some SmackDown tickets. So let's give them the word of the day.
The password is extreme.
And that's starting with an E. So
right, not just a capital X.
Some people started with an X. No, we're start with an E. Go ahead and put that in. Again, if you're watching us on YouTube, the link is below to where you put that in. If you're watching us on one of the websites, again, you can just enter it below, and we'll announce Monday the winner of the Enhancement Talent SmackDown tickets. Thank you so much, and we will see you next week.